Well, let's talk about how the average woman, what steps she can take. Now, I know taking your course is one of them, but let's give us some baby steps. For instance, is there any possibility, anything above zero, of an investor being able to invest and flip in California, a newbie without a ton of cash? Because I know here people are paying all cash to buy a house. Well, I don't have multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that. Or do we need to buy in Tennessee? What's a strategy tidbit here?
I would first tell you to buy somewhere that's going to be convenient for you to drive by. Because when you buy a house, you want to go play with it, and you want to drive your mom by, you want to drive your husband by, you want to, have your girlfriend stop by and say, guess what I'm doing? Because I can't hang out with you anymore. I'm flipping this house. So it's just more convenient if it's something that you can get to. And I like to flip in my neighborhood because I already like this neighborhood, and I'm making it better every time I flip a house here. Every time I buy a house here, the neighborhood goes up and up and up. So the neighbors love when I flip here.
So let's address that for a minute. Everything you do is flipping houses. It's not investing and holding, anything like that. Or do you keep any of them at this point?
I keep, well, it depends on the strategy, because the way that you're going to buy it with no money, no credit, and no banks, you're either going to get a subject to deal or a lease option, which basically means that I'm going to buy your house. The mortgage is going to stay in your name. I'm not going to go to the bank. I'm not going to get any origination fees. I'm not going to do any of that. The mortgage is staying in your name, but I will make payments. I will take over your payment for you. You can go on, live your life, do whatever you want to. The difference between a subject to and a lease option, usually on subject to, you've got the life of the mortgage left to pay it off. You've literally just taken over their position in this mortgage without putting it in your name. On a lease option, you'll take maybe 5 or 10 years before you have to buy it or resell it or something. And then the third way is owner financing. And owner financing is literally when there's no mortgage, no liens, nothing on the property, and the owner is financing you the property. You could call it seller financing, where the seller is financing you the property. And there's benefits to all three of these. And I know in real estate, we talk about motivated sellers a lot, and those are usually people that are, down on their luck, and they're having a bad time, and they've got really sad stories, and sometimes the F word comes up, and that's foreclosure, and I don't like foreclosures. It's too much work. It's too much paperwork. It's too much permission from somebody up in an ivory tower, and I just don't like it. But with subject to lease options and owner financing, I get in front of a person, and you can make more happen people to people than you can dealing with Chase or Wells Fargo. And I don't care who you are. It's just easier people to people. So when I talk about motivated sellers, I don't want the ones that are behind on their payments. They lost their job. All this bad stuff has happened. That's just too much bad juju over there for me. I don't need that in my life. I don't need the negativity.